Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and this is in this video we are going to see how to install and configure Proxmox VE step by step on the lab environment. So also you can follow the same process if you are trying to install Proxmox on your physical server for production environment, and maybe running multiple virtual machine on a Proxmox for a small office or a small organization where you want to have a single hardware. On top of that hardware you want to host such as maybe Active Directory server, file server, or other virtual machines workload. So in this video we are going to see a hands-on installation, post installation configuration, and then going to create some virtual machines also. So let's first understand what is Proxmox VE. So VE stand for virtual basically for virtual environment. So Proxmox VE is a open source enterprise virtualization platform that allow you to run a both virtual machine and container on a single host. So it uses KVM for a full virtualization and LXC for a container based virtualization. Along with that, it's provide the powerful web based interface which makes a easy management of your Proxmox environment or data center. In the real world environment, organization uses a platform like VMware ESXi or Microsoft Hyper-V. So Proxmox provides a similar enterprise level features without any license cost, which makes this excellent choice for learning, testing, or even for production for many cases. So my lab, I'm going to install Proxmox on a virtual machine, but the steps are going to be remain same if you want to install on physical machine or anywhere else, or any other hypervisor. So I have my physical machine, which is having iCore's i7 Extreme series processor with 120 gig of memory installed, and I am running Windows 11 Pro, and top of that I have installed Windows uh, basically VMware Workstation 17 on, and I have a Windows 11 operating system which is running inside one of the virtual machines from where we are going to take the console. So now let's go ahead and create a virtual machine for Proxmox first, and then we will do the installation. So the very first thing, I'm here on a new virtual machine wizard. So let's create select typical recommended, and then I'll select the operating system install later, and then you need to select the Linux and Debian, basically 12 or maybe more than 11 64 bit. So I have selected 12. So go ahead and click next, and now put your name, whatever virtual machine name you want to give. So Proxmox-01, this is my first Proxmox machine, so I'll give 01. So click next, and then I'll go ahead and select let's say 100 gig here, or maybe 200 gig for installation, and click next now, and then finish. And now we need to do some hardware changes. So I'll go ahead and increase the memory up to 32 gig, and I'll give 4 cores. And this is very important, you need to ensure the Intel VT technology is enabled, and if you are using basically a physical machine, then this has to be enabled from BIOS. So that's good. Now I'll go ahead and map my Proxmox installation media here. So here, and hypervisor Proxmox, so I'm going to install Proxmox VE 8.4. Now I'll go ahead and connect with my physical network, and USB and sound card I'll remove from this virtual machine. Now this virtual machine is good to go ahead for the installation. So I'll just power on this virtual machine, and it will start the installation. So I'll go ahead and install Proxmox VE graphical. So click next. So now it will take you to the installation wizard. So you can see it has booted, and it's took IP address from the DHCP, but we are going to change it. So end user license agreement, just click I agree, and you can see Proxmox installer what it's going to do. So you can see the your target drive where you want to install. So I got my 200 gig drive here, so click next. And now this is my country, time zone, and keyboard layout. So I'm good with this, just click on next. And now you need to set the password for your Proxmox for root account. So by default it is going to be a root account which you are going to use to log into Proxmox on console or maybe on web UI. So click next, and you can configure your basically email address also. So let me configure it. So vikas at labsenson.com and click next. Okay, password does not match, so let me put my password again. So now it is asking about the network configuration, so I'll go ahead and give 41 for my Proxmox 01 server, and it asks about the hostname also, so I'll give proxmox-01.labsenson.lan, and this should be good now. Click next, and I have one NIC only installed to this virtual machine. If you have multiple, you can select other NIC also. For management interface, I got this one. So click next now. Everything good. Just go ahead and click on install. So now this will install the Proxmox on this virtual machine, and then it will reboot. So you can see open source virtualization platform, enterprise ready, centralized management, clustering, online backup, live migration. So everything which you get from the VMware or Hyper-V from the from the paid license, you can do pretty much same thing on Proxmox VE. That's why this becoming very popular nowadays, and it is basically ready for the enterprise workload also. So I'll pause the recording here. This is going to be very quick installation. It's going to take 2-3 minutes only to get the installation done, and then it will reboot my machine. So you can see Proxmox, you can join multiple physical server to one VE cluster, virtual environment cluster. So it has a very powerful features. So I'll try to create a complete course on Proxmox coming soon. So where I'll go ahead and show you how to set up your Proxmox as a enterprise environment, and how you can do the clustering, how you can do the backups on Proxmox, live migration, and everything. So let's wait for installation to get completed, and then we'll proceed. Now you can see the installation is successful. We can go ahead and remove the ISO media now. So it will boot with the installed operating system now, Proxmox. So now I'll go ahead and try to ping this IP address which we have configured on our Proxmox node 1. So ping 192.168.0.41. So you can see the ping is now coming. Our server is ready. So this is good. Now let me go ahead on the browser and try to access 192.168.41. So this is accessible. So this is good. Now I'll go ahead and log in with root account and the password which we have configured during the installation. So you can see you don't have a valid subscription for this server, so you can go ahead and change this one. So I'll go ahead here inside the, basically I'll select the host and then go to repository. So in the repository you can see the enterprise repository is assigned. So I'll go ahead and remove this enterprise repository. I just click on add, and no subscription repository, select no subscription, and we're good. Just click on add. So now I'll go ahead and disable these enterprise repositories. So now you can see you will get the Proxmox updates from Proxmox VE, and this is no subscription repository is not recommended for production, but that is fine. So now we are almost ready. So now I'll go ahead and if you go to data center, you should be able to see we got only one node added here. So we'll try to add more hosts in coming videos where I'll create a complete course. But let's focus here. So this is the our storage. So if you click here, you will see here ISO image. So I'll go ahead and upload my Windows Server 2025 ISO here, and then we will upload this one more ISO which is important, which is Windows ISO, which is going to have all the drivers for basically to boot the virtual machine, ISC ID and all those drivers which is required for Windows machines to run on this Proxmox. So I'll show you how to add that and how to install a driver and use that in virtual machine. So let me first get this uploading done for this Windows Server 2025, and then I'll try to upload the second ISO which we have just discussed, this one virtio, and then we will go ahead and create the virtual machine. Load is completed. It's trying to move the basically copy the data from temporary folder to ISO folder, so it will take some time. The size of this ISO was 7 gig, more than 7 gig, so it will take some time. So just wait for this, and then we will proceed with the uploading second ISO image. This is completed successfully. I'll go ahead and close this, and now let's try to upload one more ISO, which is virtio. So select and then click on upload. So this is a very small 700 MB, approx 700 MB image, so it will get uploaded soon. So now it's trying to copy the file. So now this is also completed, so we are good. So now let's go ahead and create our first virtual machine here. So I'll go on summary, and then let's try to create a virtual machine. So create on the top left, right, basically you will see create virtual machine and create containers. I'll go ahead and click on create VM, and VM name I'm going to give a Win2K25, let's say, and then click next, and then ISO image. So I'm going to select my Windows Server ISO, and then when you change this Linux type of from Linux to Windows, it will give you to add additional license, basically ISO here. So I'll go ahead and select this one also, so local, and I have a ISO image which is Win. So this is good. Now we have selected the ISO for OS and ISO for driver, so click next, and now select the UEFI local, and TPM also going to be a local. Click next and leave everything default. So this is going to be a, let's say, I'll go ahead and select 60 gig drive here, and now on the CPU I'll go ahead and select 2 cores and leave everything default. Memory 4 gig is fine, just click on next, and then this is the network card which we have, so that is fine, just click next, and then this is what we are going to create, and by this finish button, so it will create this virtual machine with this configuration. So go ahead and click on finish. So now you can see the soon virtual machine is going to be pop up here. So you can see here create command is running and completed. So now you can see this virtual machine is going to come soon with the name. So you can see the ID 100, and then you can see the name of the virtual machine. So this is good. Now I'll go ahead and start this virtual machine and go to console. Now you can see it will show you Proxmox, and then it's going to boot. So just hit enter to go to the installation, and now you can see it's loading the operating system. Now click on next, and I agree everything including app and all. So now it will give you the operating system. So I'll select Windows Server 2025 standard desktop experience, click next, and then it's going to check for your drive, 60 gig drive which we have added. So let's verify. So you can see the drive is not visible here because we need to load the driver. So I'll click here load driver, and then browse, and then you will see D drive basically here which have our driver. So I'll go here, and then I have selected ISKC, so I'll go and select ISKC, and then select your operating system, and then I'm going to select basically AMR64. So it will give you the driver. You can see this driver is not compatible, so it will not show you. So let me go ahead and select correct driver now. So go here on the virtio drive, and then ISKC, and then select your operating system, and then AMD64. So click OK. So now you will see your driver is selected, Red Hat virtio ISKC pass-through controller. So this is good. Now click on install. So it will install this driver, and then it's going to search for operating system drive basically which we have enabled. Now it is visible 60 gig. So I'll go ahead and click on next, and now click on install. So this will install the Windows Server 2025 operating system on this virtual machine which we have created. So this is how basically you can install Proxmox in your environment, and how you can create a virtual machine, and some basic post installation configuration which I have shown you. So real life use cases basically for Proxmox in a production environment, a company might have a multiple server, let's say Active Directory, SQL application, database, or multiple application server. With Proxmox you can simulate the entire environment on a single virtual machine, if you single physical machine running over multiple virtual machine, if you have a powerful host. And benefit of Proxmox, it's completely free and open source, which means no license cost. It provides you all enterprise grade features such as snapshot, backup, clustering, high availability, replication, everything natively. So it does support everything what Microsoft Hyper-V and VMware supports. So also it supports both a virtual machine and container for giving you very much flexibility what you want to run on a single machine. And the web interface is very useful to manage the infrastructure which I have shown. This web console is very powerful, from where you can create your data center, and basically from single data center you can manage your all your Proxmox host or Proxmox cluster, and basically all your virtualization environment. And this is perfect for learning, testing, and without impacting production system. So this is all about how to install and configure Proxmox on your lab environment or your production environment. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post me by given mail ID. Thank you once again. Bye bye.